I think you should be a little bit prepared. I will say things that are not so nice, but I will say them because you really need to know them and because you bet on me to give that information. So I will do my best for that to happen and not to fail your expectations about it. You know that when you need to find a diamond, and we have to dig tons of land. So on dating agency, maybe it's a little bit like that. We also need to dig very deep and to have support and knowledge to find what we really are trying to find. Why ladies go to the dating agency? Who drive them to go there? There are several types of people that accede to dating agent support. Some are driven by their own personal willing and search for someone. Other ones are leading to be there by the friends. Others are just pure marketing that drives them there. But that is another issue that we will speak a little bit later about. So a lady goes to a dating agency for one of these three reasons we spoke about before, and what happens? She will be proposed to have a photo session. This photo session will be the way to advertise herself abroad. So this photo session is made to show an image of someone that barely normally shows who is the person behind. So that's why we always try to have some pictures that show the photo session that all of us like to see, and others will be her normal life. Obviously, these ladies, they have expectations. When they go to the agency, I can say that most likely all of them, they really have a dream. They try to find someone, and they were taught that through this way will be the way to find the one they want to find. Men also create the same expectations. They also learn along with the time that maybe this is an alternative. But we have here two major problems. One is the language, and the other one is the distance. So how can we make this distance shorter? Just don't spend months in communication. Why I say this? Because they also expect to see you. They also expect to interact with you and be with you and sit and talk and understand who you are. But if you spend your time writing to them, you are putting yourself in risk for something that I'm going to explain you further. They want to see you. That's why who speaks serious needs also to tell you that you need to come. Whatever is the place she is, you need to go there. Only this way you can find and you can understand if that person that you once saw on the profile is the same one that you really want. Why I say this? Because unfortunately 90% of the men that write, they never come here. And this is what creates the failure of all this system. It's because you should not start what you cannot finish. If you don't have the goal to come, why to start? We are only feeding an industry doing this way. And why I say this feeding an industry? Because letter writing and missed expectations from you and from the ladies here just provoke that the not so scrupulous agencies, they just make money on that. And they don't care about who you are, how you feel, even how the ladies here, how they feel. Because all this becomes a money machine. There's a big lack between what we want and what we can get. So when time passes, what happened? Ladies start to be disappointed and they start to ask, I don't want to be on the dating agency anymore because I don't like the persons that were presented to me, or I don't want to write, and this is something that happens really often. They really don't have time, and I will explain you after this why it's not possible for them to reply to you. Nevertheless, you have lots of communications from the agency, but that is a part of a scam that you need to be aware of. So what happened is the ladies, they have the locals, they have the friends, they speak the same language. Here we have again the barrier of the language. So what happened? Meanwhile, they find someone. They may still keep on trying to find another one, and they have an open heart for something to happen. But if nothing happened on the time that their heart said that it would happen, they will move. The honest ones will say to the agency, take me out please, I don't want to stay there anymore because I already found who I want. Some of them really get married. Some of them have children already, and we can find them there on the profiles of these agencies. Why? Because the agencies are making the money upon this. They say to the lady, of course I will delete you, but she will stay there. They may delete from this one, but they will not delete from all the other ones that they post her also. So this is almost impossible to stop. And this becomes also almost impossible for you to understand where it starts and where it stops. And for that, that's what I want to help and want to explain you how you can do it. For sure, something that you cannot do it is to compensate your absence sending gifts. Gifts is something that supposedly should make the girl feel happy about it, but it's not what she's looking for. But if you start to give and give and give, what are you going to do? You are going to jeopardize her opinion upon you. Only when you are here, you can really understand the reality. You can really understand if that person is the person that you are looking for. The language barrier, as we spoke already, is really huge, is really a big problem. And it's not so easy to overpass that problem, because translators, that is something that is also difficult to find, the good ones, because they also win money, they also make money with this. They serve the industry, not only translating for you, but also typing the letters that you receive on your chosen one name. Why I say that the good translator is difficult to find? Because this translator should be someone close to a matchmaker, someone that learns who you are and try to transmit exactly on her own native language to the person that you are interested on what are the main things that are important to you, which is your character, what are you looking for, and not just spend the time as mostly happen. Advice to you, when you go to a meeting, what is most important? The person, not the place. So why we go to expensive restaurants? No need to. You just want to talk with her. Any place it's useful, and any place you can sit and have a cup of tea, a coffee, and talk during 1 hour or two is more than enough. After that, you will understand if the lady is the one that you want to apply your commitment. And next day, you can invite her to a restaurant. So it's a mistake to say, let's go to a nice, expensive restaurant. You are already manipulating something. You are already trying to show that you can provide something. It's not something that the true honest lady is looking for. It's someone. And this someone can be himself in any place in the world, in any coffee or any extreme expensive restaurant. So serve your goal and keep yourself faithful to what you are looking for and the strategy that you use. Meet the lady, can be in a garden, can be in a coffee shop, no need to be in an expensive, luxury, impressive place, because that is not you. You are not going to eat there and to give that lifestyle to your wife every single day of your life in common. So show yourself who you are since the very beginning. You never see a gorgeous, good-looking girl with 24 or 25 years old and the old fat man of 48 or 50. You don't find that. That may happen from time to time. If it's honest, it's an exception to the rule. If it's dishonest, you know already the name. It's a scam. It will finish sooner or later. Age gap exists, is a problem. Yes, it is. Racism is also something that is a problem. Yes, it's a problem and exists. Caucasians are always welcome. Non-Caucasians is more difficult. Nothing against, nothing personal, but exists. If someone tells you doesn't exist, I tell you, I live here, exists. It's happened that way. So now let's go back to the process since you see the profile till you come here, if you come, and I hope so. This lady is in the agency and she was prepared to be shown to you as better as possible. And of course you fall in love with that picture and you start to write to that picture. I say it on purpose. You start to write to a picture because you really don't know to whom you are writing. You even don't know if she is receiving those letters. And I will prove you that she is not receiving those letters. It's physically impossible to reply to every man that write to these ladies in any country. So let's think that we have this lady here that is enlisted on a website, or she's enlisted on a marriage agency, a local marriage agency. This lady, till she reads to the gentleman that will write back to her. She doesn't have any other possibility. She will enlist on a local agency. This local agency that also doesn't have a website, but she have at least the capacity to make this profile appear somehow for you to see it, it will for sure post this lady on one major dating online website. But not only on one, obviously, it will happen to another major one, and it will put at least on the third one. Now I put a question. These three websites that we see here are worldwide, and we all have access to them. Let's figure a reasonable, very modest number about the quantity of men that will feel motivated to write to this young lady with this excellent profile and pictures. Let's say that 10 men will feel impelled to write to this lady here on one city in Ukraine. Let's keep the same number, and let's say that in each major website 10 gentlemen decided to write to this lady. So this means that when these men write through this major website, the website same way will forward back to the local agency that posted originally this girl. We have 30 letters that arrive to this particular lady. Now I put another question. Do you think that this lady has physical capacity, motivation to write in 1 week? That is the time that we are saying that these 10 letters happen. Will this lady write 30 letters in 1 week? How long that take? Let's suppose that we can write a nice letter in half an hour. Every day she would have to spend 2 hours writing letters to 30 different men. This is completely absurd. It really doesn't happen. So what happened is, this local agency have a translator that will take care about these letters. And this translator will reply as fast as possible for you to feel motivated and impelled to write back again. These 30 letters will be posted and will follow the usual procedure back to these 30 gentlemen. Now let's see, are the agency profitable? You will make your own judgment. Let's also make again a very modest fee for each letter. That is not realistic, but I don't want to speculate. Let's say that each letter costs $5 for each man. This means that when these 10 men write back to this major website had an income of $50. All these letters bring a profit of $150. This $150 will be split in two, because the major websites, they have a commission of 50% of the income. This means that the local agency will receive $75 for these 30 letters. From the $2.50 that one letter gave to the agency, the translator received 45 cents. This already tells you something. One lady made $75 for this agency. This agency will have at least 100 profiles online. How much represent 100 profiles online? Replying back with all this modesty of quantity and fees. This will be, my friends, $7,500 in one single week. Are they profitable? This way they are profitable. This is 90% of the business of a dating agency. The same number that represents the amount of men that do not come to visit the country. Because all the men that write these letters, 90% of them never reach to visit Ukraine or Russia or any other country like this. So if we exclude letter writing from an agency, we have 10% of work that will be exclusively and restricted to meetings. Meetings that we all know that have a standard cost of $50. How many men represent this 10%? This 10% of visiting the country per week. This I leave to you to conclude if this $50 will sustain the agency. So now did you understand why I tell you that it's physically impossible to do this? How many men write to a single girl? She wouldn't have a private life. She would spend all the time writing. Would you do that? No, you have your own life. Can she do that? No, she have her own life. It's impossible. So who is writing to you? No, the agency says that all the girls were confirmed. Which confirmed? How can they confirm? Do they know her personally? Do they know what she is looking for? No, they don't. They cannot. Also physically, they cannot. They have to trust on the small agency here that, as you saw on the scheme, provide the girl there. But this girl is the tool to make the money. So are we going to jeopardize this? No, of course the agency will not do it. It will keep on, like the fact that I told you before that the ladies are married and with kids, and they are still there, against their willing, but they are still there, because they are serving all this story. You post your profile on an agency, and you receive tens of letters, not to say 100. It depends on our image, of course, but tens of letters of presentation. How many of them say to you, I saw your profile, it looks very interesting to me, I would like to get you know better, please write me here, please write me there. These ladies, I tell you, they do not take the initiative to write to any foreigner. This is a fact also. Ladies, they don't want to write, they want to talk, they want to meet. If you receive these presentation letters, is someone back in the office trying to fish you in for you to start to spend your money. Don't believe on those pictures. The lady exists, it's true. There's no fake pictures, they are Photoshop pictures. They are sometimes better than the picture, sometimes they are exactly as the picture, sometimes they are terribly awful, different from the picture. But they exist. The fact is that pictures don't send letters. You can find very easy if she is willing, that specific one, to talk to you or not. If she is really interested in you. Ask for her email. Ask for her personal phone number. Check what comes up from that. What is the feedback you have? Then ask to have a Skype. What a normal, traditional Skype. And you see her, and you see if she really speaks the English, if she really looks like that, and if she really is interested in communication with you. Something further than this, or you really trust on someone that is helping you, or you are close not to be succeeded. As I told you before, to find a diamond, we need to dig lots of tons of land. If we have someone local, like in my case, I can help people to find who is who, then you are halfway to be succeeded. But if you don't have, and you are lost back there in your country, and you believe that you can date someone through the internet, we don't date through the internet. We meet some people that can give us some enthusiasm and some motivation and some expectation, and then we come here to find out if is that true. So don't lose your time. You made a good thing now. You invest in your education. You saw this movie. And you can see many other secrets that I can help and share with you on your education. Is 100 times more cheap than to go and write during 3 or 4 months to someone that you really don't know at all who is she.